Hi guys, welcome back to week 2 of our April blog class with our Country Garden collection. I hope you've got your first part done and you're enjoying it. Today we're going to do pages 4, 5, 6, and 7. And again, they're pretty quick, so I'll share a couple things with you. For anybody who knows me, and now anybody who watches this video knows that I have a very addictive personality. I get addicted to things very easy. My current addictions are Diet Coke and draw something. So if I get distracted, you'll know I'm down here drawing. Do you guys play draw something? Because I know, it's just the funnest little game. So those are my current addictions. That's it. I think we're just going to get started. Okie dokie, page 4. You are going to want dot back 5 1/4 by 2, and we are going to round just 2 edges of that. So just 2 edges, and then ink that up. And then you are going to want your stripe, and that is 5 inches by 1 1/4. Now when I adhere this on, I'm going to put my stitching on this where the rounded edges are. I'm going to have it meet over here. And that's, I have to look at it this way. Oh yeah, it's pretty level actually. So, like that. And then this is one of those that you're going to cut in half. And this guy's going to come right out to the end. We're going to sand that off. And that guy's going to be centered over here. All right, and then you're going to do the wet and wrinkle with the chrysanthemum seed packet. And that's going to go on next. And I'm going to leave it so that my stitching's showing, and I'm actually going to squamp this guy a little bit. Y'all know what squamp means? It's a little bit crooked, but it's much funner to say squamp than crooked. Then you're going to want 2 1/2 by 3 1/2 of your country garden. Unless you're using a photo, then this will actually represent your photo. You're going to get sick of me saying that. And this piece is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so that's our photo. I don't know how many of you guys follow us on Facebook or on our Facebook, but in the last couple weeks we have had some people post projects that they've done with Country Garden, and you would not believe how versatile it is. It can go in so many different directions with so many different themes, and we've seen people use more of the oranges and the yellows, and then people that use more of the blues and the greens, or they can even go pink. So it just is so versatile. It could be used for Easter, Mother's Day, you name it, there's a use for it. And I'm just going to sand that edge off. All right, and then I'm just going to ink that back. All right, now you're going to get that piece of chipboard that was pink and yellow that we glittered last week. Hopefully you kept track of it. Hopefully the dog didn't eat your homework. That guy's going to stick right there. We want 2 more of our flourishes from our combo sticker, and they're actually going to be cut apart. So we're going to use 2 singles. What I think is so funny is that I actually made an album with this Country Garden collection, and I used this flourish and cut it up and put it all over, and then when Juliana sent hers, she had done the same thing. So great minds think alike. GMTA. All right. And again, I'm just going to ink those up a little. And I'm going to have one coming out the top. So I'm just kind of putting it at the stripe paper up. And then one from the stripe paper down. And then you're going to use the layered dimensional, this flower right here. And this is not something you have to do, but I like to ink each layer. So I pull them apart and then stick them back together. So I always lose some of the stickiness of my adhesive, so I always like to give it a little extra so that when little hands go through the book, things stay together. All right, and then I'm just gonna give it some bling. I'm gonna do it both sides of the flourish and then on the corners of my seed packet. All right, there's page 4. And now we're gonna move on to page 5. For page 5, you're gonna want the big blue noteworthy that has the water bucket on it, watering can. And then a 1 by 5 inch piece of your dot back. And then a 1/2 inch by 5 of the stripe. And this one, I didn't really care where the stitching was. So we're gonna put that on here and then use our decorative scissors to edge that. All right, and on this piece, you are going to start here from this very top corner and measure over 5 inches from the right, and that's where we're going to cut it. So right from that top, 5 inches. And this time, you don't have to be careful with this piece because we're not going to use it. Now, how many of you have this monster gun? Can you see it? I don't even know if it will fit in the frame. I love the ATG gun. If you don't have one and you are an avid scrapbooker, you need one. And they come in yellow and pink, and I've seen them in many different colors. In fact, I've seen people alter them. They spray paint them and add bling and add all kinds of stuff, and they get little holders from them. It's like a little pet. They just take good care of them. Anyway, I highly recommend the monster gun. All right, this guy, I'm just gonna kind of center him over here. And then this is gonna go right along there, and it's gonna hang over both places, and we'll just sand that off. All right. Then we've got this cute label off of our 12 by 12 chipboard. And that is gonna go right down in that bottom corner. And from your layered dimensionals, I'm gonna use the little blue guy. Stick him right there on the corner. And then I'm gonna add some bling right here on the label, and then right here on this noteworthy. And let me show you my picture. I wanted a picture on this page. And it actually was a little bit, went over a little bit, so I actually cut out the, I don't know if you can see that, cut out the spout of that watering can. I just used an X-Acto and cut right along here and then lifted it so that my picture went under. And you can't really, probably can't see it as far back as you are, but I've got this spout of her watering can watering a flower right there. So that was just a little something I did to add, you know, little character to my book, change it up a little, make it personal. All right, there is page 5. And page 6. I love this page. It's the weathered paper. If you have the paper collection, I just love it. It makes me happy, extremely. So for this one, you're gonna want the white label out of your noteworthy, and that I've done the wet and wrinkle on. It's gonna be my first guy. Then you are out of your dot back, you're going to get a piece that is 4 inches by 2 inches, and you're going to round all 4 of those corners. So it looks like that. And then here we have a photo, and our photo is 2.5 by 3.5, or Country Garden 2.5 by 3.5. My back is the 2-2 double dot, and it's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. When I make an album, I usually go through and cut all of my pieces at once because I don't want to get out my cutter and cut and glitter and glue and then go on to the next page and get out my cutter, put it away, get out the glue, get out the glitter. So I like to do it in like a little assembly line, and I like to do all of my cutting and I put them in little piles. Before, I like to do all of the glittering at once. Anything that's wet and needs to dry, I like to do that in the beginning. And then all of my adhering together. I feel like it goes by much faster. Okay, anyway, just a little tidbit if you like things to go faster. So that guy's gonna go right there, kind of over on the right. And, oh, I didn't adhere the wrinkled guy. And he's gonna just kind of go over there on the left. And then my photo is gonna go somewhere in the middle. And I want it to drop down just a little bit below. Get that scallop look rather than have it be centered. I'm gonna drop it just a little bit below. All right, and then you're going to get the Noteworthy butterfly that we glittered. And you're gonna get this layered dimensional that we took apart and glittered because we're gonna use both pieces. There, and then you want this label off of the sticker. And I'm going to add pop dots to this butterfly and this label because I want them to stick up off my page a little. And on the butterflies, I kind of like to just put the foam squares right in the center so that you can kind of curl the wings up if you want, and they can kind of look like the butterflies has a little motion going on. So whenever I do a butterfly, I only like to adhere right in the center. So our little label is going to go right down here at the bottom. And then our sticker is going to kind of go where your white label meets your photo. And my little guy is going to go up there at the top. He was the top layer that we took off. And then my in motion butterfly is going to kind of go over here at the edge. And now, with this bling, I know we've done this before. I love that you can cut this in whatever length you want. So we're going to cut us a 4 and a 3 length of bling and put those down the center of our butterflies. So 4 is going to go down my big guy. I don't know that big guy should wear pink bling. My big girl, that's what I meant to say. And 3 for this guy, girl. All right. Oh, and a little bling on my label. Right, oops. Right over on these edges. All right, so there's page 6. You know what else I like to know? If anybody wants to comment and let me know. I just think it's interesting to learn people's habits when they scrapbook. Are you a tidy scrapbooker or are you a messy scrapbooker? Because I tend to be messy. I like stuff everywhere. If you could see my office over there, you would die. You're not seeing it. Anyway, leave me a comment and let me know if you're a tidy scrapbooker or a messy scrapbooker. Page 7. This one, you're going to want that giant pink Noteworthy with that label across the top. And that guy you're going to cut at 4 inches right from the top. So I'm just going to put my top right there on 4 inches. Cut him. And this piece down here is Darling, and we don't use it, but keep that because that could be used for something fun. And this big guy is just going to go top and center. All right, then you're going to want the dot back, 1 by 7, and your stripe will be a 1/2 inch by 7. And put that on there, and then use our decorative scissors on the top and bottom. And this one also will hang over, and then we'll just use whatever is your favorite technique. I use the sander. If you like to trace it and cut it, or if you like to use an X-Acto, there's lots of different ways that you can cut that edge off. Whatever works for you, it's great. He is going to go right across the bottom of there. And then on your layered chipboard, we are going to take this yellow chipboard butterfly right off of the blue and the green. Just peel him right off, so he won't have it sticky on the back. You'll have to give him some adhesive. Just peel him off of there, and then I inked around him. And we're going to put him right over top of that blue butterfly, and then give it a little bling. And I'm just going to put a shout out to Helmer's again. Still can't find it in Utah. I really want to be able to find this in Utah. Ben Franklin, Hobby Lobby, somewhere like that. Anyway, hopefully somebody somewhere can get the message to Helmer's that we need it in Utah, because it's wonderful. So, put that guy right there. Now, this one, I'm going to leave it up to you. You could take that bling off and add the pink bling. And I'm just going to choose to leave that bling on there. And then I'm going to put some extra bling around here. At the top. Put some cute little ones down here by these little flourishes. Alright. Once I cut those edges off, that guy will be done. And that is it for week 2. That was pretty easy. Easy peasy. Alright, good luck with that, and I will see you back here next week. Bye-bye.